to read a couple of, not essays, but poems about him, or addressed to him. This was one from about 1971. And the title of the poem is Fred Waugh. He steps out of here and there, but he always appears immobile. He steps out of the printing room, sleeves rolled up, ink all over his hands and arms, but here he is sitting like a Buddha, 1/4 Chinese, lots of flesh on him, not very tall, skiing in my vision, the length of the white glacier. Is he moving or still moving? Only in my imagination. He lives in the hills. He has to move or fall, for they are moving. Mind has mountains, sheer cliffs of fall, and he lands sitting and slowly thinking, sitting in his small car, warming it up in winter, even in fall. He steps out of his eagle house, and there is the cliff overlooking a canyon. How could you sit still for that? But in my mind, he is sitting beside a tape recorder dreaming. Is this language any good? He is thinking of the language of poetry. I've always had trouble getting to him, but sometimes is he moving and I can't catch him? Or is he still immobile? Is he still mobile in my picture? So I have to keep moving, and that's why I miss him. I miss him. But here he comes, stepping out of his small car, which is always moving, covered with the soil of the continent, drifting. Maybe that's why I can't catch him. He is not moving so much as it is always in motion. He is on its wheel, a short Buddha. Why do I keep coming back to that? It must be there, or I am easily tempted to move to that. He steps out of the car, and he's wearing a blue jean jacket, and there's a smile on his face. Good Tama. He sits down, and there I go, running like hell to catch up. The glacier drifts an inch a day. Am I going to find the right way, or have I really written the light way? I'm skipping that one, but I'm imposing this one. This is called Up Off the Floor. It's made of sentences. First, he had a lip for a trumpet, brass boy, campus king. Now he's got grandchildren from all over. Sing it. Wing it. Wait for no syntax. Walk forward into visible breath. He says, I have been here on this high terrain. Been here all along, somehow celestial, as we said in school. A few of us, readers, where the others were right as rain. Where rhyme, if you fall on it, is accidental, a name for music. What you do with it, that is, blow your inside out. Learn later, old Coleridge did it sooner. What instrument, what transcreation did he bring to bear? What whistle keeps the big shaggy animals away? Young man with a horn, daughters too old to be mothers. Air too cold to pucker. Give me a kiss, Pauline. He's known her since her house was made of stones. She skis. She breaks her bones. She skis again. That's the way she is. He has a lot of brass, a lot of wind, some Chinese in him, a name. To breathe normally, as they say after takeoff, count the continents as your own, Frederick. Wah ha ha ha, it happened. Life is interesting, and poetry made it that way, and a B-flat corner made the poetry, and you do walk differently on a slope in the Kootenays. Oh. And this all-time favorite. Fred thinks his memory beats mine just because it's more like what happened. Let's say a few words about Talon Books first, about the relationship between Talon Books and poetry. Talon started off as a magazine by a high school kid named David Robinson at McGee High School, and started it up in 1963, which was just about the time when the Tisch crowd moved to all kinds of different cities to create poetry elsewhere. And then 4 years later, Talon published its first book of poetry,